Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be working in this lot that I have built before. There's two buildings, one of them is a cafe slash bistro, and there's an apartment on top of it, and next door I want to have a pub and another apartment on top of it. So the pub is just this section in the ground floor, and I really wanted to go for a British vibe. I wanted to use a lot of wood, a lot of traditional stuff, and I really could have used any of the bars from Cottage Living or the one from Discover University. There is another one from Get Together that's also in this style, or even one from the base game, but I really wanted to use the one from the Cozy Bistro Kit since I had used that kit so much in the cafe next door, but since that's a cafe, there just wasn't space for a bar, so I'm using the bar from the Cozy Bistro Kit, and I am using a bar back from Get Together, and mainly I did only use Cottage Living, Get Together, the Cozy Bistro Kit, and I think that's mostly it that I used in the inside. There's a few items like, for example, this TV from the basement, treasures kit, or stuff from a few other packs. I ended up having something from like Crystal Creations, but mainly that's what I used, and it makes sense because those are the style that I really wanted to go for. So I had never built a bar in this style. I have built a Mexican bar and also a rock bar. So this wasn't something that I had tried before, and I was very excited to do it, and I was very happy with the result. I tried to have like this private nook next to the bathroom, which I realized makes no sense, but it was the only space where I could have that, since the bathroom from the cafe kind of steals some of the space from this bar, so it just wasn't possible to have a nook that wasn't connected to the bathroom. And anyway, it's not like a real private nook, there's no walls or anything, just like a half wall, so it isn't that private anyway, but it looks cute, so I think that was mostly what I wanted to do with this. And I am also using this beautiful like medieval bench from Get Together, and I ended up using this paneling from the base game that has some nice details, and I think this made the atmosphere perfect. It doesn't exactly match some of these wood tones, but I decided that I didn't really care about that. I did, however, want to use this spandrel from Vampires, and I also tried the ones from Strangerville, and they just didn't match these columns, so I ended up just using the regular one from Get Together, which is where the columns and this room divider are from. And I tried also to use that collage from Cottage Living, though it didn't fit in here. These walls are too small for that, so I tried to use that in the apartment upstairs. I also moved the bar stool from the Cozy Bistro Kit upstairs, and I actually have already built that, but since I am pre-recording because I'm going to be traveling, I don't think that I'm going to have time to edit it soon. I have just finished recording a 10-minute challenge, and I am still, like, my heart still feels like it's racing a bit from that. So I think that I won't be having it up on the channel for a while, but I am actually finally making some progress in this lot, which I built this when the kit came out. I can't remember when that was. Oh, it was the 30th of May because it was right after my birthday. I actually decided that it was some sort of like birthday present for me. So yeah, it's been a while. I did really love this bathroom. I am using a painting from that kit, and the shelf is also from that kit. I think it matched perfectly with this aesthetic that I was going for. I really love that painting. It has the most beautiful, like, turn of the century posters. I think that's my favorite item from that kit, and the one that I'm going to be using the most. And I actually really love that bathroom. It's using the tile from Vampires and Realm of Magic, and I think that it looks sort of outdated but still like really charming. So I was very happy about that. I am using this barrel trash can, which I felt fit this style, and I also really loved how this Crystal Creations plant looks here in the corner. I think that this is overall a pretty successful community lot bathroom. The one that is next door is also really nice. I am very happy with both of these bathrooms, and I made sure to use different mirrors, wallpapers, toilets, and sinks. So I think that they complement each other, but they don't actually match. So it makes sense that they would be in this, they don't share a building, but they kind of almost do. So in this private nook, I tried to move around that room divider, and I realized that it wouldn't make sense because of how the windows and the columns were placed. So I decided to abandon that idea, but I did add a bottle into that space, and I am adding these smaller curtains from... These are the ones from Growing Together. They are similar to the ones from the Cozy Bistro Kit. These are a bit smaller, so they fit this window a bit better. The other ones looked like they were eating into the window, and I did use them in the other apartment that is next door, so that wasn't an item that I was that interested in using this time. And I think that out of all of those items, as I have said, the only one that I didn't actually use was the bar stool, but it looks the same as the chair, so I am deciding that it doesn't really bother me that much. But here I wanted to add some more decorations and stuff to the walls. I wanted to have this menu or promotion on the chalkboard. That's from Cottage Living, as is this cuckoo clock. And I think those were beautiful. It's not a cuckoo clock. I think it's just a wall clock. I don't know. But I think that they fit this style perfectly. I also added some bottles inside of a cabinet from Crystal Creations. And I don't remember when I did that, but I also doubled up this bottle storage that's above the bar. I also wanted to add some more decoration, so I decided to have the music player from high school years, the one that looks really vintage. And I remembered about the dartboard. I tried to use the new one from the Learning Rewards, but I decided that the Get Together one really fit this place a lot better. And I also added this smaller thing from Discover University. I think that has pub energy, so I really love that. And actually this flooring is from Vampires. I don't think that I had mentioned that. So this whole ground floor in this building has flooring from Vampires. The tile and the wood floors are that. And then I was just filtering by Get Together and those other packs that I had mentioned, and I found this very cool sign. I decided to have it mounted next to the bathroom, as if it was just a wall decoration. It doesn't really signal anything. And I also added this wood carving, and I think that made the actual bathroom sign fit in that space a bit better. I also wanted to have this flag. I don't really know what the purpose of this flag is, but I decided that it looked nice just coming out of the column, and I added another barrel trash can, and then I found this barrel from Cottage Living that I think fit in with the theme. I decided to use a swatch that was a bit more ambiguous. So this one has a drink and the strawberry, but you can pretend that it's a cocktail or something. I also added these flags from Get Together and a mini fridge because I thought that it would make sense for a bar to have access to ice and stuff. I also picked out that phone booth and I added it outside. I guess I do that in a bit, but I also decided to have this bistro sign in here so that it looks like the doors and the windows were a bit more integrated. I am using 2 separate doors and making it look like a double door, so I felt that this really helped sell that illusion of this whole thing being it was meant to go together. And now I have doubled up that bottle storage and I am moving that phone booth. And I have some seating from Cottage Living. The tall table outside is from Cottage Living, and I am using the Get Together chairs. And in the back, I decided to use a different set of table and chairs from Get Together so that there would be some more seating, since the one that is inside doesn't seat that many people. There's just space for couples or at most groups of 3. And I also found this, it's like a post with plants from Get Together, so I decided to have that mixed in with that fence from Realm of Magic that is next door. I think it looks like it was meant to go like that, so I was happy that I discovered that and that it matched. It actually, like, the white metal matched. And I decided to fence this in slightly. I didn't fence it in completely because of how the stairs and that other, like, sitting area next to the window was. But this fence is from vampires. I just added a plant from Get Together into that corner, and I am hoping that it doesn't look too strange. I added that same, like, small light from Crystal Creations to those tables so that it wasn't so dark here at night. I wanted it to be different to the beauty cafe next door. It has that, like, decoration with a menu and a couple of glasses, so I wanted to make sure that these two businesses felt very different. And I think that I'm just going to be adding a few finishing touches, like some mailboxes. I decided to adjust the doors and windows so that it would be even less obvious that I was using two separate doors, and I made sure that there were no gaps between the windows and the doors. And then I just, like, changed a few things in the bathroom. And that should be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, that you will leave a like and or a comment. Stay tuned for the apartment renovation upstairs, and if you have any suggestions for any videos you would like to see me attempt, or they could be challenges or they could be just ideas for builds, I would really love to read about them in the comments. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.